Alright, how's it going, everybody? It is Sandwich Pants. And, I gotta correct some shit. So, what do we got going on today? Well, here's the deal. I have seen, over the past few days, people being absolutely misinformed about very base concepts. And I'm not talking about, like, the normies, quote-unquote. I'm talking about leftists. People who should be on the left. They're supposed to be aware and informed and compassionate and kind and know all this stuff about intersectionality and all these, like, all the people who gatekeep. And then I see these same people who are talking about how you need to read theory and you need to be compassionate and kind and you need to not show, this toxicity and blah, 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 blah. They turn around and they are the most toxic and are the most misinformed about some of the most basic concepts on the left. Such as the entire concept of anarchism and the most basic principle of Leninism, the dictatorship of the proletariat.
If a teammate falls, pick them up.
Something that Marx actually did write about as well.
Bring them down.
Marx wrote about the need for a worker state, quote unquote.
Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath. The opposing team is in ruins.
the
Magnificent.
The sad thing is because of these, like, very basic misunderstandings, it leads people to have poor prescriptions for things like policy and a poor understanding of how, say, AOC operates in Congress. They have a poor idea and a poor outlook on things like that. And it didn't even touch it. But I do agree that AOC there's some valid criticisms that could be levied at her. But it is not, oh, I knew she was a right-wing shitlib. You can't even call sock Dems right-wing unless you're a fucking idiot.
One opponent left.
Because let's face it, when you're calling somebody like AOC a right-wing,
the opposing team is
chill,
in ruins.
sock Dem, right-wing austerity supporting right-wing sock Dem,
you're ahead.
You come across as just so utterly ignorant of, like, politics, not just in America, but across the fucking world.
Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath.
Whoa, almost got him.
And then there was
So,
one.
let's think about this for just a quarter second. Can anyone name a country on the planet
They won this
in
round,
which
but don't let
sock
it throw
Dems are considered
you can win the next.
right-wing? Can we do that at all?
You're in the lead.
Are sock Dems
this
not
momentum.
considered right-wing? Is that just a thing that they are? I can't even fathom calling a sock Dem a right-winger.
Good. Show your enemy what a real fight looks like. One opponent left.
I'll take it.
They don't stand a chance. Only one enemy remains. Don't let
We
them
have two,
catch
they
their
have
breath.
one. There we go.
Do you hear that,
So,
Guardian? I don't either.
Sockdems
Because there's
are
nothing left of them.
on the left, but they aren't
The
leftist.
lead
Now
is
there is a
yours.
distinction
Don't let up.
there, and it sounds mild, but it's actually one of the biggest things.
Two for one. One opponent left. They don't
All three.
stand a chance. Opponents neutralized. Simple and clean.
But that's a big deal. There's a big
Victory is
there's a
within
distinction
reach.
that doesn't sound
Don't
very
let up.
big, but it's a world of difference, and that's the economic system which both believe in. Now, leftists, people quote unquote on the left, leftists believe in socialism or communism or anarchism, and
Only one enemy
sockdems
remains.
are still capitalists.
Don't let them catch their breath. A coordinated team is a
That
happy
is the
team,
big difference.
Guardian.
It doesn't sound
I
like
can
much. It's
see
an
those
economic system.
smiles
Ooh,
from
how do
here.
you run the economy?
I
But
asked you to eliminate
it is
the
one of the
enemy.
biggest deals.
You
A socialist economy
wipe
is run
them
by the
from
workers.
map. I can
Now-
hardly remember what they look like.
What does this mean overall? Well, what this means is that to have an appropriate economic system and to ensure that that economic system is maintained without individual private actors trying to amass too much power, you would need a workers' state, a government owned by the workers. In theory, this is what the Founding Fathers were kind of aiming at, although it was racialized as well. But, if you look at some of the baseline principles, like they did not want a standing military. I mean, a navy was kind of a thing. They needed to have a fleet of ships and people who were trained to do that, but they weren't supposed to be a constant thing. They were supposed to do other things, and then kind of like the National Guard, once a month go in, do their PT and stuff like that, and then go back to their normal lives. Kind of an anarchist community defense militia type thing. That's kind of a deal. The federal government wasn't supposed to have all the power, but that did turn out because of this is a lesson to learn. This is a huge one to learn, okay? I'm while we spawn in, I'll look and see if anybody's in chat. So, something I want to point out. The founders tried something called the Articles of Confederation first. Now, this is not to, like, venerate them. This is just to use an example in history to talk about a subject, okay? Just to be clear. They tried the Articles of Confederacy, which was supposed to put states, more localized communities back in that time. Those states were supposed to have a majority of the power, and the federal government, under the Articles, was supposed to be essentially to regulate where taxes went. And that was it. That was all that was for. I couldn't even... Oh, because that guy was up there. Can you rise?
Teammate is alone. Let them focus.
But, Oh, so, yeah, in a sense, the communities were supposed to have greater power, and then the federal government was there to just kind of allocate where taxes and certain things went like
Guardian. Show them what vengeance looks
that.
like.
This is essentially a baseline transition towards an anarchist
down.
society from what we'd have now.
Not out.
That would be the way that would have to kind of work. Now, we couldn't do that without a huge psyche change in the entire American society because of the way that certain things are so ingrained into people and how capitalism is ingrained.
Your ally
Ow.
is the only one left.
But,
Trust
God damn
them
it, what
to
am I?
get this done. One opponent left.
But yeah,
They
it was
don't
essentially an
stand a
anarchist
chance.
community organizing. Not the best way to go about it. Now, the thing that was an issue, here's the thing. The reason that wasn't something that stuck
Enemy team
was
eliminated.
twofold.
Tell
One,
them to
the
stay
economy.
down.
And I'm not saying that an anarchist economy wouldn't work, but they still had
It's neck and neck.
money,
For now.
and they left each state to print their own currency and set what that was at. Not exactly the ideal
One opponent left. They don't stand a chance. All enemies
I had to focus there.
eliminated.
So,
you are inescapable.
because of that particular thing with the economic system, there was a problem with the
You're in the
printing of
lead.
money in each
Keep
individual state.
this
There was a
momentum.
problem with the economy. Actually, a pretty big problem with the economy. And so, there was some pressure there to actually do something. Then,
Oh no.
aside from that, you had
One opponent left.
what
They
do you
don't
call it?
stand a chance.
they had
Enemy team eliminated.
outside
Tell
imperialist
them to
pressures
stay
from
down.
Britain, who they had just gotten away from, and, I get this one,
Slow
France,
down, Guardian.
who had just
Your
helped them
opponents
with
can
the
hardly
country.
Keep up.
Ever heard of the War of 1812? Something that was taught. And this is a pretty solid example of how imperialism can do great harm to new projects.
Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath. Opposing team eliminated.
You win.
You're a force of nature,
I
Guardian.
try. Well, so
You have
we got
match point. Bring this
two
home,
different factors,
Guardian.
two pretty big factors, in my opinion, that have attributed to the downfall of a successful new type of experiment.
Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath. Your ally is the only one left.
Come on, buddy.
Trust them
Get
to
'em,
get
Whiskey.
this done.
Nope. Whiskey Tango
Match
Foxtrot.
isn't over yet, Guardian.
Foxtrot.
Rally and fight.
Now, I'm not going to say that the American experiment was going to be
Victory is close.
perfect and harmonious, and,
Take it.
harmonious and whatever, had there not been those two major issues, because we still kind of had racial segregation, slavery, blah blah blah, all the bad things that happened. Ow.
One opponent left. They don't stand a chance.
Anyways, the big point is that there are different
Enemies
forms of
eliminated.
things that could
Your team stands alone.
truly detriment an anarchist
Is there
project until we
anything
have
more
a
satisfying
massive
than
shift in the
this?
way that people
Not
think
for
about
me.
things like
Watching
property.
you makes me shiver.
I could not point to a single philosopher, economic theorist, societal theorist, anyone like that, who were foundational theorists in leftist ideology who did not have some problems. Let's face it. Stalin, giant shitbag. Lenin, fairly bad. Had some decent ideas, but he was a fairly bad dude. Marx, also, from what I hear he was actually really loving to his wife and was a pretty decent person overall, but he did get drunk and get into bar fights a whole lot. So, I don't know. There's some ambiguity there with Marx, but had some problems. I mean, that's pretty toxic. A lot of them didn't have very favorable views of, black people. Marx did, though. Marx, actually, that's part of the reason I'm a huge fan of Marx, is because, he was a constant correspondent with Abraham Lincoln. And,
no beginners here. Be ready for anything.
Well,
your team is relying.
He praised Lincoln for freeing the slaves and bringing about a more egalitarian thing for society in America.
Your team is down. Fight in their stead. It's a one-on-one fight now. This is it. Double down. That was inconceivable. Ha! You put an end to that, didn't you?
Get stomped!
The lead is yours.
God, Bastion is so good.
One opponent left. They don't stand a chance.
Sweet.
Not one single opponent stands.
What the dictatorship of the proletariat does not mean, everybody, just to go on to this misconception, is an authoritarian state run by a central committee. That is not what that means. What it means is an egalitarian state where people who work vote democratically.
You're all down. That's all right. Stand up and fight again. Your team leads, as expected.
It really kind of sucks to see so many poor interpretations of extremely basic
One
concepts.
Opponent left. They don't stand a chance. Go, make them cry. Do you hear that, guy? I don't either. Because there's nothing left of them.
Not a whole lot that I can really talk about on this while I'm playing video games, but that's essentially the thing. So, anarchism. Oh, a complete misconception of anarchism. That's another thing. Okay. Anarchism in and of itself is not just a rejection of all authority. That's a very elementary way to look at the thing. It is more accurately a rejection of all unjust and coercive hierarchies that cannot justify themselves.
No one left but you. Who cares? You have everything you need to win. It's a one-on-one fight now. This is it. 1 minute left. Learn from your mistakes. Make the enemy pay
I tried to
for
get him.
that one.
Get him up. Wasn't a good, wasn't the best plan. Let's be completely honest here.
You're in the lead.
Anyways,
Keep
anarchism,
this momentum.
you have to essentially figure out if you can justify the way certain hierarchies operate, is if they are coercive and can be considered... Oh my god! If they can be considered unjust and coercive, they have to figure out if they can be justified. If they have a extraordinarily good justification for existing, then we have to figure out if we can make it more
Your
egalitarian.
ally is the only one left. Trust them to get this done.
If we cannot make them more egalitarian, then, well, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do about
Match
that.
isn't over yet, Guardian. Rally and fight.
I mean, there probably is. Probably just dismantle that system if it
It's neck and neck.
can justify itself but cannot be made egalitarian. Then that's where a heated discussion comes in, I suppose.
Your ally
what?
is the only one left. Trust them to get this done. One opponent left. They don't stand a chance.
Damn.
The match isn't over yet, Guardian. Rally and fight.
He tried.
Match
tried.
point. Your opponents do not own this arena, Guardian.
Now,
This round
I do want to
belongs
mention,
to you.
I am no expert.
No one left but you. Who cares? You have everything you need to win. It's a one-on-one fight now. This is it. Failure is a lesson, Guardian. Study it and try again. Defeat isn't the end, not for you.
We tried our
Focus on
best.
what you
Our
learned.
best wasn't enough
Bring
this
those
round,
lessons
this
forward.
game, but damn it, we tried. Okay, so as I said, I am not an expert at in fields of like anarchist theory and shit like that. I'm not. I've essentially read 2 books, or at least listened to 2 audiobooks by Bakunin, and I remember one of them was God in the State, and I've also read and listened to the audiobook for, done both, for Conquest of Bread. And that book is dense as fuck, and I'm gonna have to go through it again, but
Elimination.
something I hate seeing, which I do see an awful lot, is
Your
when my
opponents will
leftist
come for your
allies,
life.
my comrades,
Guard it fiercely.
communists, mostly the authoritarian communists, those who like defend modern day China, North Korea, stuff like that.
Your ally is the
I,
only one left. Trust them to get this done.
I have
You're all
issues with
down.
them.
That's all
They
right.
like to come after the
Stand up
anarchists all the
and
time,
Fight again.
and they try and divide, saying that anarchists aren't real leftists.
Your enemy
And I know
has
why
the
they
lead.
do it. It's
Remind
because
them
they
why you're
fucking
here.
love the state. They want the authority of the state. They want to use it against their enemies.
One opponent left. They don't stand a chance. Your team is down. Fight in their stead. You didn't come here to lose.
That was
Guardian.
bullshit.
Show them what vengeance looks like.
My melees all just went through him.
Your team is behind. Fight back.
This dude doesn't...
And then there was one.
I get killed by one fucking bolt of that. If this guy doesn't have, if he doesn't have 10 fucking... Yeah, he has no actual resilience.
Learn from your mistakes.
I have higher resilience than he does. And this guy still kills me in one fucking... Like, other people still kill me with one bolt off a bastion. Not even the full fucking... Just one bolt.
Nice. Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath.
Yeah, we're gonna take a round at
down.
least.
Your team stands victorious.
Hey, we all got a kill,
Enemy is
okay?
ahead,
Don't shoot
but
me, because
you
I got
can
the heavy.
change that.
I killed the guy who was going to fucking ruin your day. Nope, they're all back there. Fuck him up. No. Okay, that was a shotgun.
You've lost this round, but victory is still in reach.
I really don't
Take
have
it.
anything I can use here instead. I guess this.
Opponents have the lead, but you're not done. Crush them. Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath. All enemies down. Your team stands
Not
victorious.
losing. Okay, so yeah, I'm really tired of the off comms.
Your enemy
We're just gonna
thinks
shorthand
they've
it to
won.
tankies because that's what
Use
people
their
call them
confidence
colloquially,
against them.
and especially in online spaces. They're tankies. How did he not die?
And then there was one.
Wow.
One opponent left. They don't stand a chance. Enemy team eliminated. Tell them to stay down.
I'm gonna...
Your enemy thinks they've won. Use their confidence against them.
Gonna build my team up.
Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath. Enemy team eliminated. Tell them
I need
to
all the
stay
ammo I
down.
can get. Yeah, so tankies, they keep trying to divide the left between the anarchists, and they just try and paint the anarchists with a broad and bad brush.
Two for one. One opponent left. They don't stand a chance.
Yay!
The coordinated team is a happy team.
We did it.
I can see those smiles from here. Another match like that, and I might have to retire this arena for repairs. Good
Yeah,
show.
we did it. Yeah, and gals and NBs. But they're mostly probably dudes. Now, why would the authoritarian communists, why would they be trying to separate the left? Well, that answer probably comes from the fact that anarchists would oppose them being in power because they just want the state. They want it so bad. They want to use it. They want to wield that power. They want to be able to crush the people who stand against them. That's it. That's all they want. And it's a very terrifying mindset to see.
Acknowledged. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Goodbye.
So we need to figure out how we can
One of our brightest
get them to
returns.
drop the whole, wanting to use the state for everything bit. Not really comfortable with that,
You're doing your part out there, right?
Oh, I faced this guy the other day.
Package for warlocks. Checking. All done.
As long as this person's from, what is it, the Oklahoma... What's it called?
It doesn't have to be maneuverable. It's just a bomb.
Oklahoma plum smugglers? Yeah. Bad Juju, Fell Winters, of course.
Nice view.
Worm Husk looking crazy. Oh, the Gaylord. Okay. Oh, but that's a cool shader.
He wasn't the
Your
same
cloak
as
isn't
they
the
were.
coolest one I've seen, though.
Eververse trades in goods we feel in heart.
This loadout kills it, but I'm sure this one will do even better. Oh, and it's got a range.
This is exhausting.
Oh my god.
Stick as many missiles in it as you like. It's still a flying bus.
All data has a lineage, no matter how ancient or corrupted. You can always
Gonna
trace
need
it
someone
back.
to shut off the power.
Yeah. I wanted to do a little short bit of a stream. You know what I mean? Not entirely sure if I'm gonna continue this here. Little 35-minute. I didn't feel like just recording a video.
God was silent. They were listening.
I wanted to play some games, see if anybody was here to chat. Nobody chat, so I might move this over to Twitch here after a short break, because it's been a pretty long day so far. I know that it may only look like it's 11:05. It says it's 11:05, but I woke up at 5 o'clock this fucking morning, so I've been awake for 6 hours already. Anyways, we're gonna be heading here next. I'm gonna reiterate some of these points over here, and this is where I'll play some more gaming when I feel like continuing the stream. 121 views. So hopefully everybody, if you're here, hopefully you'll tune in to the Twitch stream. It's essentially, you just take my YouTube name and remove the Daniel part, and you just type in the sandwich pants part, and then you're here. Boom. Well, you're at my thing, but see? Sandwich pants. I got the 7 followers. Come over here and drop me a follow. If you drop me a follow, I could potentially start gaining steam here. Anyways, if you like the video, or live stream, I guess, I'll reiterate that. This is a live stream, just for the proof. You see, here, live stream. But if you like it, leave a comment when it's uploaded. Go ahead and hit the subscribe with the little bell thing. Go ahead, you know what to do. Yeah, you know what to do. You know what to do. And come tune in on Twitch and watch me there. See which one of these two platforms grows faster. Thanks everybody, and take care. I'll see you in probably like 20 minutes.